Okay, ladies, let's get sculpted. And I'm not talking about your body. I'm talking about your face. So we are going to be talking contouring and highlighting today, and we are going to be using a couple of my personal favorite every single day products. So when I'm talking about contouring and highlighting, it may sound like French to you, and that's okay. It's actually really simple, really doable. I urge you to go ahead and give it a try. So we've cleansed our face, we've moisturized our face, primed our face, we have our beautiful flawless foundation on. I'm wearing my favorite, the Touch Liquid Foundation, but we do look a bit one-dimensional, a bit flat. So what contouring and highlighting is basically bringing out your natural features or creating some that you wish were your natural features. It's smoke and mirrors, y'all. Smoke and mirrors. So when I say contouring, what I mean is we are creating shadows on our face using products that are darker than our natural skin tone. This is going to send those darker areas back. So for example, if you want your cheekbones to stand out a little more or just create cheekbones, you will go ahead and use a contouring shade, a shade darker than your skin tone, going from about the middle of your ear down toward the corner of your mouth, stopping right about your pupil. Okay, that is going to give more definition to your cheekbones. If you have a larger forehead and you want to shrink it a bit, you're going to use a darker shade around your forehead. If you want to slim down the sides of your nose, you are going to use a darker shade on the sides of your nose. Perhaps if you have a longer nose and you want to shorten it, you can put it at the bottom of your nose, okay? If you want to chisel your jawline and get rid of any double chins, you are going to go ahead and put it down there and blend it down your neck, okay? So we are basically losing 5 pounds in our face. You're welcome. Now, that being said, everybody's face shape is different. So if you already have a small forehead, you are not going to want to contour your forehead. If you already have a very thin nose, you don't want to contour the sides of your nose and make it totally disappear. You need to work with what you have and keep your own personal facial features in mind. Okay, so what highlighting is using shades lighter than your skin tone. And everybody is going to have different opinions there. Some like it a lot lighter, some like it maybe one shade lighter. But basically what we're doing is bringing light and brightness back into our face. This is usually in the center of our face. So under our eyes, going from the corner of our eyes on the side of our nose and up toward the tops of our cheekbones, in that area we're going to want to highlight. Underneath our brows, we'll lift our brows and give the illusion of a lifted eye. Down the bridge of your nose, the center of your Cupid's bow gives the illusion of fuller lips. The center of your chin, the center of your forehead. If you really, really want a well-defined, contoured cheekbone, you could also apply a lighter shade along this portion right under your contour shade, because that will make that contoured shade pop even more. Another trick for contouring is if you want to put a darker shade just a little bit right in the center of your lower lip, it will give the illusion of a shadow and create a fuller lip that way. Again, smoke and mirrors, y'all. Smoke and mirrors. So that being said, you do not have to do all of these steps every single day. I know I certainly don't, but I do some. If I'm wearing makeup, you better believe I am doing a little bit of contour and a little bit of highlight, because truly, even that extra minute makes all of the difference in the world. So for my quick 5-minute face, I am contouring under my cheekbones, around my forehead, the sides of my nose. And for highlighting, I'm only doing under my eyes with concealer. That's it. However, if you're going somewhere or you're having pictures taken or you just want to feel a little extra snazzy, I am, for the sake of this tutorial, going to do the full contouring and highlighting process just to give you an idea. I'm going to show you the quickest option and the product that I go to most days of the week. That is our Beachfront Bronzer. We have 3 shades available. I love Malibu for when I'm tan or even when I'm not so tan right now. It's the darkest shade, but I personally like a contoured. look. If you are using the bronzer only to bronze, only to give warmth to your skin, you don't have to use the shade, but you will see here that I'm going to be contouring with this shade. And the difference between contouring and bronzing is with bronzing, you're going on your forehead, you're going on your cheekbones, and you're just lightly going on to give it warmth. I, on the other hand, am going to try to create a more defined look. I love this angled blush brush to go along with it. All of our bronzers have two sides. I use the darker half to do my contouring, then I use this lighter side, which has a little bit of a shimmer, to go directly on my cheekbones where I would put a blush, because that helps blend out the contour and make things look a little bit more natural. Don't forget, you can also use a blush on top of this. This doesn't have to be in the place of a blush if you like a little bit of pink and rosiness to your cheeks, but it certainly can be. For highlighting, I prefer to use our Touch concealer in a shade or two lighter than my skin tone. And when I apply it, I love to use one of our Beauty Bud. They come in a set of 2, so I've also used this to contour as well, but I love this because it fits nicely under my eyes and it blends things out and it helps my skin still look like skin. It gets rid of any heaviness that can happen when you're going with a full coverage concealer, so I really, really love this. Remember, if you're using a Beauty Bud, to please dampen it first. You don't want it sucking up your product, so you do want it a little bit damp to start with. And we have these 2 in a set. All right, I think I've talked enough. I think I've explained enough. Let's get started.